I know my videos are all about poker, but I wanted to quickly share something that happened to me today. I was just driving down I-75 through Georgia, and I pulled off, and cop pulls me over. I wasn't speeding. I was kind of trying to make a turn into the Loves, and then I was like, oh shit, that's not the right entrance. And then I waited for the light to change, and then I found the right entrance, and then he stopped me, and I'm like, dude, was it because I was gonna take the other entrance and I realized this is the right entrance? I mean, really? Like, why did you pull me over? He's like, well, yeah, that, and he's like, your brake lights aren't working on the top of your motorhome. I'm like, those lights on the top are running lights. They're not brake lights. They never are brake. They're not supposed to light up when you put your brakes on. He's like, oh. So he proceeds to sit there and ask me a million questions. What are you doing? Where are you going? Why are you going here? What are you doing? What, you're playing poker and you're out of work? How can you afford to play poker when you're out of work? This doesn't make any sense. Drilling me with a million fucking questions. And he's like, do you have drugs? Do you have this? I'm like, no. So another cruiser comes along and he pulls up and he brings a dog out. And dog walks around the vehicle, and the dog absolutely does nothing. He doesn't bark. He doesn't sit. He doesn't give any indication that he found anything. He just walks around the vehicle. And the police officer says, well, the dog indicated that you have drugs in the vehicle, so we have probable cause to search your vehicle. I'm like, the dog didn't do anything, and I don't have any fucking drugs in the vehicle. Like, what the fuck? Well, plus you're acting like you're kind of nervous and stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? So they turn around, they search my vehicle, and what really irks me is when they're searching through like my bags and stuff, they're just dumping shit all over the place. Like, they pulled up my bags of my drugs and stuff that were like prescription drugs, and they dump them out all over the place. Squeeze a tube of toothpaste, see there's drugs in the tube, and there's like toothpaste all over the floor. Open up something else and they dump shit out. They just made a mess searching through, making a fucking mess over nothing. He brings out a little brown bag and he goes, what's this? And I said, that's diphenhydramine. That's for my infusions. That's my prescription medication, which you can read on the fucking label. I didn't swear, but I said you can read it on the label. My name's on there. So he's like, well, do you have any money in the vehicle? And I said, yes, I have money in the vehicle. And he's like, well, how much do you have? And I told him what I had. I had a few $1,000s. And then, why do we have that much money and stuff? I said, because I'm going down to play a poker tournament, and you need money to play poker. Well, how do you have so much? That doesn't make any sense. You're out of work and you got that much money? And then he's like thumbing through the money, and he takes the money and he puts it on his dashboard. And then I see $100 bill fly away and stuff. I'm like, dude, that's my fucking money. Like, and he was able to get it. But I'm like, so this is a half-hour ordeal when they're harassing me. And he's asking me if I have any backgrounds and any background checks and anything up going on with me. And then finally, he said, no, there's no background. And he's like, oh, you have anything on your record? You got this? I'm like, no. And by the way, when he first told me to get out of the vehicle, he told me to do it immediately because I wanted to grab my phone to record. I was going to hit it on voice recorder, but he's like, no, get out now. So I was unable to grab my phone because I wanted to record this. Lesson learned before I even get ready to stop, get that phone ready. Because it would have been nice to have a recording of this. But after that, he turns around and says, well, I'm supposed to confiscate this money and take your phone and check to see if you've been doing any illegal drug deals through your phone. And I'm like, you have no probable cause. You have no reason. I haven't lied to you at all. You have no reason to believe I'm any kind of drug dealer. Your so-called drug-sniffing dog never found anything because there wasn't anything. That was a load of shit. The dog didn't do anything. And they found nothing. And he says, I'm supposed to confiscate the money. And he's like, am I going to find drug deals on your phone? I'm like, no. He's like, okay, well. And I'm like, dude, I've been honest with you the whole time. I mean, I didn't even need to tell you about the money I had for poker. And I told you about it. And now you're giving me a hard time about it. And he's like, okay, well. And then he gave me my money back. And he let me go on my way. And, but that was it. He said he was going to write me up with a warning, and he started to, but then he never did hand me the warning. Or whatever he said he was going to hand to me. So apparently he didn't care a damn about the traffic or warning on the traffic. It was all about trying to bust me to see if I had drugs or something. And he said, well, when we're going through, on these interstates, we just got to check everything. And, you'd be surprised how many drug deals and stuff we find and how many stuff. I'm like, fine, but you violated my fucking rights. I gave you no probable cause whatsoever. I did nothing whatsoever. He's like, well, have you been drinking? You asked me a million questions and drilled me. Wasted a half hour of my time. You came into my personal property, and because you said you had probable cause of a drug-sniffing dog that never did anything, and you made a mess of my place, dumping shit all over the place. I don't know if there's any lawyers out there that says what I should do, at least file a grievance or something against these officers. But this was violation of my rights and a load of horse shit. And, what are you going to do? I mean, I'm not going to, if I give him a hard time, he's probably just going to steal my money. And I'm going to have to, I'll not have money to play poker, and God knows what I'd have to do to try getting it back. So I wanted to share this story because this is the Georgia State Police, and it was a load of horseshit. My rights were violated, period.